Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. And this was two teams from Conference USA squaring off in a weekday clash to set the table for the weekend ahead. As we'll see, the SMU Mustangs taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Mustangs will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Clemson Tigers offense takes the field to start this game off. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Connection to the right. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Clemson!
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
So SMU's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have it.
The expressway is wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Quick strike complete. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Mustangs will hustle to the line. He's looking for a man on second down. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. And he's running in the open. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do.
Ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Might as well stick with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. And the Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Power football with the run. Runs ahead and powers his way from 4 yards out to the 30.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Twist his way through. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. Clemson is quick to the line. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Pocket starts to collapse. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something.
Nothing but green ahead. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Goes to the option. The pitch. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
It looks like the offense just had the defense confused on that option play. Nobody accounting for the pitch man. The running back able to walk in.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. A little screen to the running back. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Mustangs decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side.
I know, everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, a nice short completion sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's got his man. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start.
Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab at the 30. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, SMU!
Coming straight down the field, the thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. On the option. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Clemson jumps to the line.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after and was able to make the tackle for loss.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this.
Touchdown, Mustangs! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Still on the 35-yard line, they'll try it again on 2nd and 10. With jet sweep pass. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But they get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Tigers get enough for the first down.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
35, SMU, 21.
Bringing it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot.
Lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, you wonder if the defense has started to figure it out finally here. In the first half, this guy has been absolutely lighting you up, and finally they get some bodies back there anticipating the QB to look his way to force an incompletion.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, a little bit short of the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. He's got his man, makes the grab, and a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. They'll throw it on first down. Got him downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line. They're going to throw it again. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. After the big first down sack, it's second down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Looking to throw on second down. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. This is a third and long. Leaves it with the running back. Bulls his way forward. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Mustangs will punt this one away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Offense working from the pistol. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll immediately call timeout. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fires downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Going up top on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. Give him 6. Touchdown, SMU.
How about the Hail Mary? Listen, you're supposed to throw that thing way up in the air. He puts it up in the air high. The defender, you're not supposed to try to catch it. You're supposed to knock it down. It gets deflected. And how about the concentration by the receiver to catch the football, make the play with all those bodies around him?
Out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the...
Looking deep down the right side. Ball in the air, intercepted! Never really got that return cranking, but...
Take over.
About the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option look. He'll toss it. Still on his feet at the 45. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Clemson ready to go back to work with another 1st down. They're getting this guy lathered up. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. He's looking to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Hard running there. At the 45 on his way. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Looking to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Buck. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, baby.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to run for it. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made after the first down.
Pounding, pounding, pounding. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Gets it out fast. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Clemson is quick to the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Snags it over the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They didn't look to push it downfield, and the running back not quite able to get to the sticks.
Yeah, but I don't mind the decision. I like getting into my guy and trusting him to make a play and get the first down. But now puts me in a different situation.
And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Makes the grab. It's Rich. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Uncorks it. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
He wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. An explosive play to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Oh, they finally got him out of bounds, but not before. He carried some momentum for his team into the 4th quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. On the option. He'll pitch it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tiger. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now on 2nd down. They try to pop a run on the draw. Shakes off the defender. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll do it himself. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Mustangs are on the move. Off the play fake on 1st down. Using his feet to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They're setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Akron is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Rutgers.
Back open in the middle.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got the quick pass to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy.
Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it inside the 15. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, SMU!
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Looking for a crease to the left. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. That's caught. It's Buck. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to move it through the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. He's going to fire deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying play action. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. A 1st down for the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And here we go, final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one has gone. Well, this was an offensive show.